the ultimate beginner guide for Roblox Bedwars. If you're a fan of adrenaline-rushed, fast-paced PvP, then Roblox Bedwars is absolutely made for you. The game is literally so hyped these days. Almost everyone is talking about Bedwars, and the game is attracting thousands of new players every day to its already huge worldwide player base. And if you're new to the game, trying to get your hands straight, looking for a top position at the world leaderboard, this video is just for you because today we will give you the ultimate beginner guide for Roblox Bedwars. However simple and fun it may seem, Bedwars is one of the most tactical games you can play on Roblox right now, and you might have already guessed how difficult it can be if you jumped straight into the game. Bedwars is not a kind of place for newbies, especially if you don't know what you're getting into. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of stuff you need to look out for if you really want to have fun in Bedwars instead of getting killed every 5 seconds you spawn. I know you're tired of that. There are a lot of approaches you can try in Bedwars. Some people like to play offensive with rush attacks, trying to deal as much damage as they can, while some players like to stay defensive, protecting their bed and building walls and bridges. But before we get on with all that technical stuff, the first thing you need to know if you really want to enjoy Bedwars is how the game works. The objective of the game is simple. Protect your bed at all costs and try to take over your enemies. You will start off by spawning at your base, where you will see an iron generator. Collect iron from the generator to buy stuff from the shop, like different kinds of armors and weapons. But before you jump into the game, make sure you adjust the controls to your ease. You will need a lot of practice with the controls to actually play like a pro in Bedwars, so it's best you adjust them according to your comfort zone. Bedwars has a very fast-paced gameplay. You never know when you're going to have a rush of enemies or when an arrow will send you to the depth of the void, so adjust yourself on the controls and master them by practicing as much as you can before you get on with the big matches. If you haven't played the game yet and don't know what we're talking about, let's talk about Bedwars a little. Roblox Bedwars is a team-based strategic battle game where you have to defend your bed against other players. Team up with your friends, use different weapons and armors, and jump into battle to defend your bed in this awesome game. The game is actually a remake of Hypixel's famous Bedwars, if you've played the game. The masterpiece is created by a popular Roblox and Minecraft group of developers called Easy.gg and was released into beta on the 28th of May, 2021. Easy.gg has also created another very popular game called Islands. Some of you might have played this game already. They reused a lot of coding from Islands, which lets them update both games at the same time. There is a wide range of weapons and armors that you can use in the game and have fun. The game gained a lot of popularity in just a short while of its release due to its unique concept, and passed over 1 billion visits in just a few months. You can play the game with your friends as well. Building a defensive barrier around the bed is always a good idea to start off the game, so build as many walls as you can when you spawn. You can use iron or wood for the walls, but also keep your eyes on the bridge for enemies because you never know when you'll get a rush attack. Build walls in random order so your enemies will have a tough time locating your bed. This is actually a very good defense mechanism because it practically slows down the attack, confusing them and giving you more space to attack since you know every bit of your barrier. The random blocks also create a kind of maze, so you know they'll have a tough time finding your bed. The blocks not only stun the enemies, but also block their way while giving you a defense shield till you finish them off with the sword. Build a barrier around the bridge as well because that'll prove a huge advantage during close battles. Another thing that has been added with the recent update of Bedwars, which is actually really helpful for the beginners, is custom match mode. The developers added a lot of new commands that will let you customize the match and fine-tune the game, making it easier or more difficult. Making use of these commands, you can make the ideal match situations to improve your skills in the game. The method is best for training purposes since it gives you room to test your skills and improve your technique. Train in the perfect match situations and refine your agility and weapon selection. Now, once you've built a good defensive structure around your bed, you can now work on your offense. There are a lot of offensive techniques you can try out, from rush attacks to sniping with bow and arrow, depending on the weapon you're comfortable using. Now, there are a variety of weapons you can try out in Bedwars, and each of them has its own pros and cons. They can work in your favor and prove a huge advantage if they match your fighting style. First of all, we have bow and arrow, best for sniping and stunning enemies from a distance. You can use the tactical bow and arrow to deal a ton of damage from a long distance. Next up, we have the sword, which is good for close-range battles and rushing. A few multiple attacks are enough to kill a close-range enemy. The iron sword has a pretty decent damage as well. You can also push them off the bridge, which is the easiest way to send them back to their base. The axe is best for destroying defenses and beds, so make sure you equip the axe when you land on an enemy base. You can buy simple weapons like swords and bow and arrow using iron bars, and also upgrade team perks using diamonds. Apart from that, you can trade emerald for powerful weapons. So where do you get these resources? Iron bars can be collected from your base generator, while diamonds and emeralds are available to farm at specific sites on the map close to your base. Keep upgrading your armors, swords, or any other weapons as you progress to the later stages of the game. There are a lot of offensive techniques you can try out when playing Bed Wars, and one of the most popular is the rushing technique, where you rush onto an enemy's bed and try to take over their base by storming. Swords are best for rushing attacks. Also, make sure you have a good armor so you don't go out too fast. One of the key offensive techniques you'll have to master if you actually want to be good at Bed Wars is combos. So what are combos? Combos are actually multi-kills or clutches and can make or break a team match. And the best way to learn to do combos is with experience. Just spend hours at the game mastering the controls and refining your technique till you learn to deal multiple combos. Players make the best use of agility with the perfect combination of offense and defense to deal multiple combos. You can also learn a lot by watching Bed Wars content creators and YouTubers. Mini Bloxia is a master of combos, and just recently, the pro Bed Wars player went against 25 other players in an epic 25 versus 1 match, and unbelievably defeated them all. You can learn a lot from pro players by mirroring their style. Coordination is very important if you're playing as a team. Be in contact with your teammates at all times during battle. Not just during an attack, but while facing an attack as well. Give cover to your teammates with the bow and arrow to get that team victory. Coordinate and act as a single unit. Choose and understand your roles to the core. Communicate your strategies with your teammates and ideas with each other to have a similar vision. There are also a ton of kits in the game which can give you a huge advantage in PvP battles. Kits are avatar bundles based on a specific character with its own set of unique perks and abilities. There are various kits like Melody, Archer, Grim Reaper, and Barbarian. Each particular kit has several bonus perks that can elevate your gameplay. Choose the best kit and master using it to gain advantage over other players. Buy any kit from the store that matches your playstyle and practice with it. After all that, the easiest and simplest way to get good at Bed Wars is to just spend time in the game and simply have fun. Get experience, learn from your falls, and just go at it till you reach the top. Click one of the 4 videos on the screen right now.